All right, guys. Hey, hey, hey. So, I wanted to just come on here. Not going to be on here long, just for a few minutes. Tried to go live a little while ago, had a few technical glitches. So, if someone would just confirm that you can see and you can hear me, that would be absolutely great. I'm not sure if my chat feature is working exactly the way that it needs to, but I wanted to just make sure that you all can see and hear me this time, right? Last time we had some issues, and I want to make sure that I've got them resolved now. So, um, over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be coming live almost every day, leading up to my birthday on October the 26th. I realize and understand that it is more blessed to give than to receive. And so over the last couple of years, I really like for my birthday celebration to be more about me pouring out into others the essence of who I am, and allowing my purpose to manifest, right? If we're going to celebrate the fact that I was born, let's do it by really focusing on the reason that I believe that I was born and me doing those things that I was born to do. And so if you know me, you know that I am your conflict manager. I help people resolve conflicts. I coach people on how to develop healthy conflict culture. And so over the next 30 days, I'm just going to be giving you who I am in massive doses every single day, Monday through Friday. I may do some self-care Saturdays, but today I kind of want to just start by talking about conflict and toxicity, because when we think about toxic environments, when we think about toxic spaces, what we are really saying is that there's a space where conflict has been mismanaged. If there is a difficult personality or someone that we have determined is a difficult person to get along with, chances are the reason the environment is toxic is because that person has not been confronted. That situation has not been properly addressed, usually by leadership, even by coworkers and peers. And one of the things that I am very, very dedicated to is us operating with an understanding that before we can address others, we really have to be introspective and we have to address ourselves. And so when you think about a toxic environment, that environment exists because others allow it to be so. Each of us has a part in the toxicity of an environment. And so it's really, really important that we stop and we look. Listen, you don't have to be offended or look at me with that tone of voice. I'm not talking what I heard. I'm talking what I know, right? Because I'm talking about my own journey and my own process of introspection. I did not see myself as a toxic team member. I was very compliant. That's the word I would use to describe myself, compliant. I was very responsive. Whatever the goal was that you set for me, I always hit the target. I worked hard, was very diligent, was very kind, very nice, and very respectful, and tried to carry myself in a respectable manner. And so I would internalize all of my disagreement. If I had an idea, I would be very hesitant to share it. Which is ironic, right? Because, I was a practicing attorney, and so a lot of times I was in legal environments or in organizations where I was invited to be a part because of my legal expertise. And in spite of all that, I was still very, very conflict averse when it came to me. Anybody else? Great advocate for my clients. But when it came to me, I really, really struggled. And so what I found out was, although I was very compliant, I was very kind, I was very respectful and respectable, I had this internal conflict that was always going on. And when I could no longer bear that internal conflict myself, that's when, first of all, it was toxic for me to hold it myself, right? Because what was I doing to my own happiness? What was I doing to my own peace of mind? But when it got to a place where I couldn't really handle it anymore and I couldn't internalize it, instead of me actually going to those who had the authority to implement solutions and strategies, a lot of times I would commiserate with those around me. And we would have the water cooler talk and the parking lot talk and the behind the closed office door talk and the lunchtime talk. And so whenever the boss or the leader would come around, there was this energy in the air because all of this conversation was going on. And a lot of what I was saying was very valid. I just wasn't saying it to the right person in the right time. And so I was contributing to an extremely toxic environment. And it didn't serve me well. Even though the perception that a lot of times people had of me was that I was very, respectable, all of those great things, the environments where I served did not get the best version of me. There were things that I knew could happen that would improve the organization. There were things that I had to offer that I never gave them because I didn't want the discomfort of disagreeing. And so you cannot have a peaceful, collaborative environment. And that's what I help all of my clients create. It's impossible to have a peaceful, collaborative environment when you handle conflict in toxic ways, when you internalize it or you speak about it with those that have no direct involvement, no ability to change it. When we're at the other extreme, when you mismanage your emotions, when they're trying to express you that you have, when don't care how you mismanage conflict. And the you're not are. So, I want you to just how you can better manage you. It's your family you're in. How can you bring your best self there? And are you bringing your best self to that environment? Always agreeing, because it takes, you know, one of my, when the same chance, no one's thinking a lot, and so it's so your best